Hey, crafty babes. Andrea here. We're going to work on week number 50 in my weekly memories pages. I'm using basically like a neutral color scheme with pops of red and kind of like a sweet strawberry theme. I purchased a vintage ephemera kit and it had those big strawberries and then a milk cap from like a strawberry milk. And then I also had the Illustrated Faith Better Together release came with Shauna Klingerman's set, which was just had some cute little fruit elements to it. So I thought it would be fun to just use some strawberries. Strawberries are typically reserved for summertime, but I felt like this was just a really perfect place to use them. We are heading into Christmas, and so there's definitely going to be some red stuff, but this is a week that does not have a ton of Christmassy stuff to it. So other than my tree and the fact that there's red everywhere in my house, I kind of feel like I still have to use supplies that match the photos. I feel like that is a part of my style that's never really going to change. So here I've already decided on the cards and photo placement. I did that ahead of time because I just didn't have a lot to work with, and that part was the cards came easily and I felt like I didn't really need to do a whole lot of deciding. So I just made my decisions and moved along. My typical process is usually to alternate cards and photos. Very, very, very similar process to how I've always approached my pocket pages. So that doesn't really change. It's very typical that I will still kind of fuss around with making sure that things are balanced, that there's not too much heavy photo, not too much color, and that not being spread around. So if you've ever watched my videos, you know that that's a pretty important part to laying all of this stuff out. I decided to take the whole right side of this layout and use it for some photos I took of my son's car when it still existed. As I'm recording this, we are a week away from him having totaled it. So this car does not exist anymore. It's very sad, very heartbroken. And something that you also might notice about this layout is that it's a little bit different than the page layouts I've been working on in the past. So what I have done as part of my upcoming minimalist update to my templates is I have added a second version. So this version has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on the left side. And then it has the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on the right side with the empty space on the right. I really wanted this as an additional option in order to use this for something like you had one whole thing happen on the weekend, and that way you can use the entire right side for that specific thing. And also just to add something different. It doesn't need to be the same every time. And so I just am giving that as an additional option. You can use them or not, but they will come in the layout templates that I will have up in on my shop once this releases. So I'm using the shortened version of the days of the week for the titling, and I think so. I'm trying some things out. I actually I forget what I end up doing here. I know that I use the big numbers. I love having that large amount of space at the top. It just gives a lot of flexibility for using larger letters, larger numbers, larger days of the week. And then if you want to use a smaller number or day of the week, then you can do something else at the top, like use a piece of washi tape or, you know, draw a border or something. So I just feel like having that much room at the top allows a lot of flexibility. And then at the bottom of this new template is that there is enough space for a traditional width of a washi tape. So that is an option, but the smaller boxes are no longer there, and then the boxes on the sides are no longer there too, to just provide a little bit of extra freedom while still giving the grid format. So I haven't decided clearly what I'm going to do because I'm still kind of fooling around with my options here. I am for sure going to do the larger numbers. So we are going to get those going. And I love using double digits. So even though it's, you know, the 9th and the next would be the 10th, I love using the double digits because it adds a little bit of uniformity. So especially if you're going from a single digit date to a double digit date, I just feel like it looks a little bit better. So now we've got those all stamped out, and I used my Pebbles Roller Alpha stamp to stamp the days of the week. So I really want to use this strawberry die cut, and then I want to also make sure that I have room for the week number. So here I'm going to use the outline and the solid from the larger, these are Brooklyn. I think this is the Brooklyn number set that I've been using for ages in all of my projects. So I'm stamping gray for the solid, and then I'm going to do a black outline and just do it a little bit offset. I love also when the stamp impression is a little wonky, like it didn't, you know, stamp thoroughly all nice and super clean. I love when it has just a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of character. It actually makes me happy that it's not perfect. It took me a long time to get used to my stamping not being perfect and loving that and falling in love with the imperfection of stamping, because there is just no way you're going to make it perfect. And I feel like that adds to the charm of that, of just the technique in general. I've really embraced it. So as you can see, I also added some grid washi at the bottom, and I am leaving it together. I basically put washi across the bottom of both pages, and then I can leave the pages together, and then I don't have to worry about them kind of being apart from each other while I'm trying to make sure that things match. And it's just easier to move one thing instead of having to move two things. And so then I'll trim it at the very end. So I've added a label over there. I'm going to do something about, which, either put week or week number or something. I haven't figured out exactly. I'm really kind of going all over the place with this particular layout. I'm just kind of finding things and seeing if they have a place to live. And then I'm just going for it. Like I've decided to put that strawberry milk cap on the large label card on the very right or very left. I'm doing my journaling here on this pink card, and because it's associated with that photo on the left of Marshall and I laying down, I am kind of nudging the journaling up to the left-hand side of that card. Also going to do some journaling on this ledger card about just what I would have written had I journaled this before he wrecked the car. So very, very bittersweet to be documenting this right now. I definitely couldn't have done this 4 days ago, but I was able to work on it. The following weekend is when it kind of came up in just needing to finish up 2019, and still very emotional about it. But I'm really glad that we have these pictures of it. Just the way that he enjoyed it, and just the little details he'll always remember. Okay, just a little bit of journaling down here as well. And I really am happy that I chose to just do gray for the numbers at the top and not do too much extra color. There's a lot of color in these photos, just a lot of pops of color. And then, you know, there's also a lot of neutrals, which helps bring the neutrals from that stamp color right down and just makes everything feel nice and cohesive. I'm just looking at this Pinkfresh Studio sticker sheet and seeing if there's anything else I can add. No rhyme or reason to why I grabbed this set. It was kind of caught my eye when I was looking over at my supplies. And so the colors for the pinks and the reds went really well. And I liked it. What else? What else are we doing here? Adding some stickers. Oh yeah, I'm going to add that sticker and then I'm going to trim the edge of it off. I liked that the one side had a little bit of a point to it, but I didn't really like that both sides. And then plus it just fit better being to the very far left of that photo. I found a leftover trimming of a label and I'm going to find a place for it. There are a couple of sprinkles of yellow, like a mustard, like in that "yeah, oh, this" card on the very left. And so I felt like I needed to bring in just a smidge of yellow in some other places. So that half label is yellow. And then I've got this Stay Cool die cut from Citrus Twist Kit's Possibilities kit that just came out for February. And I like how it has the gray and neutral, and it just felt really, really great over there. I'm also going to use these vellum stickers from Illustrated Faith. These came in the Word Nerd devotional. So just trying to throw a couple extra little pops of yellow, but not too much. Just a nice subtle amount. Committing to those strawberries. I love how they're all stacked and gigantic. It makes me super happy. And I'm going to pop this label up on a foam tape as well to just give it some dimension. Since we've got the flat stamp and the flat die cut, it just feels good to sometimes pop some things off. And I like that I put it off to the left a little bit to kind of balance out the die cut on top as well. And then I'll add a little plus sign there in the empty space. Let's see. I don't remember what else we've got going on. Oh yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. And then I think we're going to do something else on that label. I need to stamp like week number or something. And then also I think I do a little bit of titling or something on top of the ledger journaling card on the right side. I would love to know how close you guys are to finishing out your 2019 memory keeping. I just always feel like I want to move on to the next year. And pretty soon I'll have the full flip through of my 2019 album in this format. And I'll explain a little bit more about how that's working with me changing formats midway through the year. Normally not something that I would do, but I felt so strongly about needing to move into this format that I just had to do it. Okay, I think we're cleaning up. Oh wait, I still have to stamp that label, but I think I don't realize it until I think I'm finished. Oh yeah, we got to trim off the excess stuff. And I hope you guys like this new gray background. I feel like it really helps with the exposure issues we've been having. And I really like the contrast. I feel like the page definitely sticks out from the background a little bit more in this situation. Oh, I must add a wide mini paper clip. Okay, so I'm going to write in December and then a week number. Because nowhere on here did I really say that it was December. We're all finished. I hope you've enjoyed watching this. Watch me work and let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching.